Hey, we're gonna go through a few good topics today. We're gonna start off first with some anime. So right now, we have Crunchyroll Anime Awards. So basically, what's going on right now is Crunchyroll every year they do anime awards where they pick. They have different categories: anime of the year, film of the year, best new series, all that good stuff. So that's what they pretty much have set up. They already did the voting and stuff. So on May the 25th is when they're gonna have the actual announcement and awards. It'll be live on Crunchyroll. Um, some of the running ups for anime of the year so far is Dan. That's the Delicious in Dungeon show that was on Netflix.
I haven't seen that.
That was on Netflix. Then there's Fearing Beyond Journey's End. That one's on Crunchyroll and Netflix. Then there's Kaiju number 8, Solo Leveling, and Apothecary Diaries. Now I've watched almost all of these except for what did I not watch? No, I watched them all. The Apothecary Diaries is the only thing I only watched like 5 episodes.
Was it boring?
It wasn't. It just wasn't for me in general. Uh, just in general, it wasn't. I see the appeal though because it's like visually good, looks good, but
The storyline was
yeah, but
dull.
yeah, but it's on the running for a purpose. So that's that. It is catching an audience. My actual pick is probably gonna be Kaiju number 8. Mostly because it's slightly more unique of a story in the sense of it's relatable.
What's that
for
streaming
older people. I know for sure it's on Crunchyroll because that's where I saw it on, but it might be on Netflix by now. I know Netflix has been doing a good job about picking up animes in general, especially the newer ones.
Yeah.
So Netflix actually shares Apothecary Diaries. Dan was on Netflix, and actually new episodes as well. So Netflix was getting to the point to where every new episode that came out, they had it out just as much as when Crunchyroll had theirs. So it was kind of like almost a competition between each other. Now they're like neck and neck when it comes to like anime content, which isn't a good thing considering the fact that Crunchyroll only has anime.
Yeah.
Netflix has anime and then some. So the fact that Netflix is actually beating out the majority platform for anime already shows like where Crunchyroll probably needs to do something about. But right now they have the awards and they're trying to promote all their shows and stuff right now.
The only one I knew that about that you had mentioned, and I haven't seen it, was Kaiju number 8, because you had mentioned it before when we were working at the
Yep.
Iron Lion. But this is how out of touch I am with anime, because the last animes that I actually saw, I didn't even watch them because I had found out about them. It was because of the kids, and that was Sword Art Online. And I only watched the first season. I didn't watch the second one. And then Attack on Titan was interesting. But other than that, if you're like, oh, you watch anime? I'm like, yeah, what do you watch? Robotech.
Yeah.
I watch Robotech. I watch Macross. I watch Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah. So yeah, and I watch it all. I keep up with it as much as possible. Another people's most likely top that's gonna be right next to Kaiju number 8 is gonna be Solo Leveling. The only reason why I'm not picking Solo Leveling is for the fact that I feel like it's hyped up only due to the fact that they are staying relevant. So Kaiju number 8, they came out with one season and that was it, and they have a huge break in between that, and they haven't came out with the second season yet. But Solo Leveling, the first season came out, they almost immediately, a few months later, came out with season 2. So it just kept its relevancy.
So they must have been working on it while they were
right. So because they was able to stretch that out just like that, it stayed relevant and people liked it, from week to week.
That's the bad thing about animation, though. Sometimes it's like, okay, we're going to have the season come out this year. Sometimes it's like, oh, it's taking too long to get the story out and get the animation done. And then it's like 2 years in between, 3 years.
Right.
Like Rick and Morty was one of those. It's like...
Yep. They had a huge break on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, and...
I wasn't feeling that anime, though.
Yep. And yeah, that's one of the big issues with a lot of the animes now is the big breaks in between it.
Oh, I know the last one that I actually watched, because you're the one that had told me about it, and then you did that spoiler when you and David were talking about it, was Ninja Kamui.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That one was dope, though, but I stopped watching it after that. I was like, man.
Nah, it kind of fell off on the ending of it, because they started off with good animation, and then as it came closer to the end, they just dubbed everything over with just CGI effects for the fights, and it just was not good. They just kind of dropped the ball on that one. But yeah, so that was all the stuff for Crunchyroll. Like I said, Solo Leveling. My pick is Kaiju number 8, but that's probably gonna be the 2 that's running up.
What are some of the other categories? I'm sure there's all kinds of subcategories for it.
So the subcategories too is gonna be a thing. So they have best new anime series. They have best film in there. They also have best continuing series. So there will be instances where One Piece might be in that running.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah. It could be. You know, the Dragon Ball. What is it?
I know they're aren't they working on another
Daima?
one?
Yeah. So Dragon Ball Daima. That
because the last of the Kira Toriyama stuff is over and done now, though.
Yeah.
Because I think they wrapped that one up, didn't they?
Yeah. No, it's still going right now.
But aren't they having other people write it now? Because that's not.
Well, I'm sure they are by now.
I thought I had seen something about that, but I haven't seen that one yet either.
Yeah, I'm trying to save that one, just because my wife Taylor, she watched. You know, she's just now getting into like Dragon Ball Z and stuff.
Wait, but did you get her started on Dragon Ball, or did she start with Dragon Ball Z? Man, she needs to watch Dragon Ball. Those are the best ones because they're so underpowered.
Well, I was supposed to say those are a nostalgic type thing, and watch a few of them. But as an overall content, is kind of, it's just not of the age now. So
I don't know, man. I never get tired of Dragon Ball. I never get tired of Kid Goku fighting, getting his butt handed to him. Yamcha constantly dying. Krillin constantly dies.
Well, that didn't happen until Dragon Ball Z. They didn't start dying until Dragon Ball Z.
No, Krillin dies in Dragon Ball. Krillin dies in Dragon Ball.
From who?
Who kills him? I think Piccolo kills him, but I think I don't know if it's Piccolo Jr., which is the current Piccolo, or King Piccolo, the original one. But there's one where he's in his little suit with his hat, and he's just laying there, and he's just like dead in the street. It's during one of the tournaments. I think the tournament just ended. He's like taking off, and then he gets murked. But and well, I think they die multiple times because towards the end of the season, when they're looking for the Dragon Balls, it's for them to start reviving the characters because Master Roshi dies too. Master Roshi does that move to try to capture. I don't know if it was Piccolo Jr. or King. It's because it's been a while. King Piccolo into the little container, but the problem with that move is it drains all of your life force, so you die after the move. And then something happens, and then as Piccolo's going into the container, I think the wind knocks the lid down, and he ricochets off of it, and then Master Roshi just falls over and dies. They all die.
Yeah.
It's like an 80s slasher flick. Everybody's dying.
And then plot armor brings them back. All right. So that's what we got for Crunchyroll anime news. Next, we're gonna roll over to
Studio Ghibli. So we're just gonna keep going into anime.
So just films this time.
Yeah. So Studio Ghibli is ramping up for their Ghibli Fest 2025. So they got some good movies. It's their, for me, I consider it's their heavy hitters because it's the ones that me and the kids always watch. So they got Ponyo, which if you're not familiar with Ponyo, it's kind of like the Little Mermaid. It's like their anime version of the Little Mermaid, where she goes up to the surface, falls in love with the little boy. And they're just little kids, so it's just like super, super innocent. Beautiful animation. The moon goddess is involved, and she's like beautiful. And the Ponyo's dad though kind of reminds me of I don't know, is it Captain Harlock from the Space Pirates with his hair and stuff like that? That's cool.
I think that's voiced by Liam Neeson.
Yeah, it is voiced by Liam Neeson. So the dubs for them in the English are actually really, really good because they don't.
They still do it now. Where like
they get some of the best actors with their voices. But Spirited Away, I know a lot of people love that one. My favorite that they're going to include is My Neighbor Totoro, which is a story about. It's just a story about children and their imagination. There's no real plot line to it. It's just them moving to the countryside while their mother's in a hospital sick, and they just encounter the forest spirit, which is great.
And I think Dakota Fanning was in that one, voiced that in that one.
I think she might have been the older sister. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Another great one, if you ever, especially if you're older like me and you grew up watching the Littles on TV, Secret World of Arrietty is.
Oh yeah.
It's like the Borrowers.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, it's pretty much the Borrowers.
The Borrowers, yeah. That one is good.
Yeah.
One that I've only recently seen a couple years ago that me and the kids liked was Howl's Moving Castle. That movie is great.
Christian Bale.
I don't even know who's.
And what was it? Who voiced Billy? What's his name? That voiced Calcifer.
That's their favorite character is Calcifer.
Yeah.
I think on one of our streaming things, when you could pick the icon, one of them has Calcifer. I think it's on the HBO streaming one. One of them is Calcifer.
Yeah.
One of the older ones that doesn't, I don't think it gets as much shine as it should though. It's a cute movie. That's Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yeah, it was all right. I like the little black cat.
The little black cat, yeah.
Yeah, that one was okay.
So this one's on here, but it's only gonna be, I think this is a 1 day only showing, and it's only in Japanese. So if you haven't seen it, I started watching it one day and then I didn't get to finish it, and I don't think this one is on HBO with the other Ghibli movies that they have in. This one almost never comes out at the theater. The one time that I was gonna watch it at the theater, I didn't get the tickets in time.
No.
But Grave of the Fireflies.
I think that might be on that HBO by now.
No, I didn't see it the last time, but that one is a really, really good one. Just for the historical context and what it deals with, because it's set during World War II, so you already know it's it's going to be very, very dramatic. This isn't your typical Ghibli like kid movie. It deals with more serious topics. And the other one, and I think I own this one on the steel box set, and I haven't watched it yet, was The Boy and the Heron, but I think this one's also on. This one might be on HBO.
Yeah,
so
I think that's one of the newest ones too, because that one had what's his
this
name?
one is during World War II also.
Yeah. There's more in depth in it too.
Yeah, because I know
Visually, it definitely looked really good.
They got some good movies. That I mean, some of them are really super kid friendly and very lighthearted, and other ones just deal with harsher
Tragedy.
topics. Yeah.
Even the lighthearted ones have some form of tragedy in it.
Well, one of my favorite ones that they have that deals with tragedy to a certain extent. We saw it in theaters. I think we saw it in theaters like a year or two ago when they did it. But was Pompoko, the one with the raccoons?
Oh yeah.
And it's cute and everything.
Yeah.
The raccoons are constantly fighting with each other, and then they realize, hey, we need us, instead of having two factions, go in together and fight the humans, because that one, as cute as it is, that whole movie is about man's encroachment on nature and what it does to it. So it's man's devastating footprint on nature, and the raccoons are hilarious and everything, but there is actual serious topics that they're...
And actually that kind of what do you call it? That kind of like morale that they put in those movies is throughout majority of Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, that
nature in itself, and like you said, humans impeded.
Yeah, because even though Totoro doesn't have a direct like plot line, there's not really a beginning or an end, because even at the end of the movie, the mom's still in the hospital. It's not like, oh, she got better and then they're living in the countryside happy and everything like that. She's in the hospital at the very beginning of the movie. She's still in the hospital at the very end of the movie, and it is basically about the kids and their imagination. From what I take of it, the moral of that story is to maintain your innocence and your wonder, because that's what gets the little girls through the whole movie. Their mother's sick; they don't know if she's going to live or not. They're worried. Their dad's taking care of them, and they're trying to adjust to life in the country and stuff like that. But it's just that they learn to just be kids.
So these are gonna be coming out all the way through what dates?
Shoot, they start I think they start next month. I think it's in May.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much almost one movie every month until the end of the year. So Kiki's Delivery Service is the first one I see. That one's on the 17th of May. So it'll be like May, June, July, August, September, October.
Okay, so throughout the year they're gonna be having those. So yeah, just keep contact of
It's usually done through Fathom events. So I usually go to the Cinemark.
Fathom.
So I always go to the IMAX right there on on Powers to go and check it out.
There's also Tinseltown. I think Tinseltown.
Yeah, Tinseltown. Well, we only have those two here, and then there's the one in Pueblo. I think is the next closest one, but I never go to Tinseltown.
Yeah. I like Tinseltown. That was the one I went to the most because of living all the way up in Divide. It was either that.
Yeah, we used to go to that one all the time too until they set up the one on Powers.
Yeah.
But I mean, that one's only like 13 minutes away from here, so.
Yeah.